Hey all you lovely kings, queens, and in-betweens, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Elaine, and today we're going to be trying something new. It might not be the best idea, but it's an idea I had, and I'm going to go with it because that's what I do. I have played D&D before. Wasn't a fan, it just wasn't for me. Between all the downtime, between turns, and sometimes just not rolling well and just being useless for an entire session, I just couldn't get into it. But Jeremy and Lakota are very into D&D, and so are most of their friends. So I would describe myself as someone who is D&D adjacent. I might have absorbed a little bit of information about D&D, the types of monsters you face, how it's played, that it's a storytelling RPG where you talk around a table with your friends and roll a lot of die. But I wouldn't describe myself as someone who really knows a lot about D&D or how to play. But I do like telling stories. I enjoy reading, and that's part of what you need to be a DM. Typically, however, you also need to know what you're doing in terms of how to play D&D. Most people I've heard from describe the DM, or GM if you'd prefer, as the most knowledgeable D&D player, which I am very much not. And you know what? I decided we're just going to shove these two things together and make a little series here on the channel. I, someone who does not play D&D, am going to DM, because why not? I always thought, to be honest, that DMing was all about trying to murder the players. I have since been informed that I was misinformed, and I'm not going to go into this experience trying to murder everybody, but to try and tell great stories with the skills I bring from my storytelling life. And maybe along the way, I'll learn some things about D&D, again, through osmosis and through being coached through this process. But we're trying to keep that to a minimum so we can share this experience not only with you, but with each other. Today is going to be a momentous occasion, for I have not done this before, and I'm hoping that my preparations prove to be enough. But as I know from what I've heard from other people, sometimes you can make all the preparations in the world and the players immediately throw them all out the window. So I'm hoping I get lucky. I'm hoping this goes relatively smoothly, but because I am not the most knowledgeable, I'm not really anticipating this going as smoothly as a more seasoned, shall we say, DM's storytelling might go. Now, without much further ado, I'm going to invite my guests to the table to take some time to talk about the individual they're going to be playing for the first set in this series, and maybe forever. We'll see how long this lasts, how sustainable this is without me really knowing what I'm doing. So, guest, yes, the boy has been demoted to a guest. Why don't you take some time to not only introduce yourself, but the wonderful character you're going to be gracing all of our wonderful, amazing viewers with. I'm just watching Jeremy, by the way, guys, like make his way around the table with his like desk chair and knock everything on our set over. Don't worry about it, everything's okay. The figures are hurt and they can't get up, but everything's okay. Don't worry about it.
I missed all the figures, it's okay.
Oh, I've been mistaken. He missed the figures. It's okay. It's just his cushioning that fell and can't get up. So now here Jeremy is to tell us about the character he's going to be playing in this series where I don't play D&D, but I DM anyway because I can.
Hello! I, repping the Cabal. This will be my, whenever I'm playing this character, I think this is the shirt I'm going to be wearing because it's vaguely snake-like, but, I mean, snake colors-ish, but, no, that's ish. But if you know, you know. I am going to be playing a character named Oa, and it is short for Oastara, and I don't want to say that over and over again, which is why she's Oa. And she is the teenage daughter of a character that I've played in another long-running campaign. And she is actually, I'm going to say the evil word, a homebrew subclass.
Oh.
That my son created that is based on UNT lore. And she is an explorer at heart. And having been raised and kind of not raised by parents that are very guarded against her UNT heritage. If people don't know, UNT are snake people in the Forgotten Realms. And she has made it her mission to try and discover her UNT heritage and has become an explorer of sorts. So that is kind of her backstory. And I have some images that I'll throw up at some point to show kind of like how I envision her. And yes, they are AI images because I am not gifted with the ability to draw.
That's our siblings' scope of work.
That is our siblings that are able to do that. I am not able to do that.
Nor am I.
But yeah, so that's basically where we are.
And now, without any further ado, we're going to dive into the first episode of this questionable series where we might regret all of our life decisions. The Cursed Lighthouse.
Cursed Lighthouse.
So, you've heard a rumor that there's a reward for brave folk who complete a certain task.
Uh-huh.
You know no further information, but you find yourself in yet another coastal village. You can hear seagulls, people talking to each other, going about their business. You can smell fish. And you can see the skeletons of ships off the coast and in the water over which the sun is sparkling.
Okay.
That's all, man.
How did I find myself here?
Well, you heard the stories that there is, in fact, a reward for someone brave enough to go on a little bit of an adventure.
Okay, so I just decided to be that person brave enough to go on this adventure.
Yes.
Okay, so what exactly? I'm assuming I'm getting off a boat to get there, or did I just walk in?
I mean, that's up to you, man.
I got off a boat.
You've decided to get off a
Yes.
boat because snake people love boats.
What do I see around the boat?
So you're still on the boat, but not at the dock, or
I mean, when you get off the boat, you're typically at the dock.
so you're at the dock. You see like the little tether that's keeping the boat more to the dock. It's like a little rope, little hempen thing. And on the dock, there are a bunch of crates and barrels filled with fish. The fish stench fills the air. You see, as I said before, the skeletons of ships in the water, all about. You see
They're all broken up ships?
yeah, shipwrecks.
Okay.
And you see people going about their business. They're talking to each other, but they seem to just be going about business. They're not like happy. They're just existing in this place, doing their jobs.
Okay.
And you see in here seagulls and water crashing into the docks and the shore. You can feel the boat rocking beneath your feet on the waves.
Do I have a name attached to the task?
In what sense?
Like,
Who gave it to you?
yeah, like who am I supposed to talk to? Do I know who I'm supposed to talk to?
You know it's the leader of the area,
Like
but
the
you don't
mayor?
you don't know their rank for sure. You think it might be mayor,
Okay.
but you're not positive.
The ship lord.
The ship lord. The sea snake.
Oh no, the sea snake. So I will approach one of the individuals that is on the dock that is going about their daily business.
So this person is a big, burly sailor type. He's got a bandana over the head and kind of those airy sea clothes, holding a bucket of fish.
Sir, would I be able to trouble you for some information?
What kind of information?
I would like to be pointed in the direction of the leader of this settlement?
That would be the mayor. He lives in the big house at the center of town.
Big house.
Big house.
I'm assuming this big house is something that I would not be able to mistake for another less big house.
That is correct.
Okay. I thank you for your information. What is this individual's name?
Mayor Colonel.
Mayor Colonel. We always like someone who is named with a rank.
Yes. I actually was going for like the corn kernel, but
okay.
Yeah, just so we're clear.
Just so we are clear. I was trying to get a way to get my stat block to show up on the screen, but it is giving me issues.
Of course. Yeah.
So it may not be a thing. But we will see if we can do that. Thank you for your information, and I will be going to see Mayor Colonel to ask about some details.
He's like, okay. He just kind of like shrugs and is like, he doesn't really care and just goes about his day.
Nice guy.
Yeah, very nice guy. Upstanding gentleman.
So, do I see the big house from here?
You can see like the top of a roof, but you can't see the body of the building. Like there's one that's just a little higher than the others, and you're like, maybe it's that.
Maybe that's it. Okay. So I will start my way towards that establishment. What do I see along the way?
So you see a lot of different things. You walk along the docks, which is a good 200 feet, and you see more of what you saw before when you stepped off the boat. A lot of fishermen and sailors going about their business. You can still smell and hear the sea, seagulls cawing everywhere. And as you start getting into the town, you see that everything appears to be made of wood. There is a sort of like damp scent in the air as you go farther into town. And you can see some children playing, but they don't seem overly happy. And you see a lot of the same, just people going about their business, but not really seeming happy.
Okay. Am I feeling anything strange?
No.
So, I just kind of staying observant and, making sure that there's nothing threatening, no miasmic force or something that's making all of these people like this. And I'm going to so I'm wearing like typical kind of like adventurer's clothes where it's like I got like a high collar, and in my high collar, you can see like the head of a snake poking out. And I'm just kind of whisper down to my snake, and I was like, can you just keep an eye out on the places that I can't see? It's gonna like nod its head and start like looking behind me, making sure that I'm not getting snuck up on or anything.
No one's following you. No one seems to be paying you any attention whatsoever.
Okay. So, how long does it take me to get to this person's place?
We'll say it's a 6-minute walk.
Okay. So I walk for the 6 minutes. Could you describe for me the establishment that I've walked up to?
It's a large, roughly L-shaped building crafted of wood with dusty windows, a big door that is like a half circle cut in half with a great big knocker in the shape of a fish.
Okay.
The roof is also wood, and there's a little bit of smoke issuing from a chimney. Casts a long shadow over the street, which happens to be sort of dusty path with rocks kind of haphazardly strewn into the dirt here and there. It's like they wanted to be cobblestone, but they didn't quite get there yet.
Okay. I could just approach. There's nothing stopping me from approaching?
Nope.
Okay. I am going to just approach up to the door.
So you approach the door. What do you do when you reach the door unimpeded?
There's you said there was a knocker? Or
Yeah, there's a knocker. It's a fish.
there's a knocker in the shape of a fish.
Yep.
Are there any open windows?
No, all the windows are closed that you can see.
Can I see through the windows?
They're a little dusty, but you can kind of see inside.
I'm going to keep standing in front of the door and like put out my arm and have my snake go down my arm and stretch out as far as it can to see if it can poke its head to see through one of the windows while I'm still standing in front of the door. And I'm going to see through my snake's eyes.
How big is your snake? Like how long?
I don't know, however big I can make my snake. Like a reasonable sized snake.
What's a reasonable sized snake?
Whatever.
You've got snakes like this big, and then you've got like anacondas.
Not an anaconda.
Well, obviously not an anaconda.
How far away is the window?
Like maybe 10 feet from the door.
Okay, so I guess that's kind of far. But say I have a 10-foot snake. It goes.
That's just like dangling off your arm and holding its whole body.
Yeah, it's holding itself up. They're really strong. They can do that.
So it sees dust, like there's little particles, and then there's like bright red behind the particles, which are black. Because they have the heat vision, right? So they see in heat colors. Yeah.
That kind of snake.
So it sees some red with little dark particles impeding the red.
Okay. Wait, so there's red with dark particles impeding the red?
Yeah.
Could you describe that one more time?
So, like, it sees, like, red, like a movement, something's inside moving, and it's red predominantly. And I guess as as you move away from the center of the red, there's a little bit of orange, and then there's speckles of black over the image of this figure moving.
Does it look like fire?
I guess to a human it would kind of look like fire.
I'm half you on T, so to a half you
but
on
it's
T.
like a human shaped thing. It's not fire, but it is the colors of fire.
Okay. Oh, but this is what I'm seeing through heat vision.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Because you're looking through the eyes of a snake. It's got the heat vision.
Yeah. I mean, technically, no, but yeah. So.
No, but yeah.
I mean.
Yes, but also
snakes
no.
in real life do, but snakes mechanically in D&D do not have heat vision.
Well, I wouldn't know that because I'm not a D&D
That's fine.
nerd.
I'll take it. I'm just gonna knock on the door while still.
With your snake out?
Yeah, still with my snake out.
No innuendo intended?
Yeah.
Okay. So you knock on the door with the knock or just like a regular knock?
It's a regular knock.
So the snake will notice that the blob of red with the speckles over it is moving toward where you are. And as the figure gets to the other side of the door, which they can no longer see because of the angle, you'll hear a voice that says, "Who is it?" That was a horrible voice. I don't know if I can recreate that.
I'm selling cookies.
Cookies? That's not common here.
Yes, I'm actually scouting new territory, so I don't actually have any cookies with me currently, but I'm scouting new locations for me to sell cookies.
Interesting. What kind of cookies might you have? And why haven't you yet told me your name, only your purpose?
Because I thought my name would be irrelevant to you, but my name is Oa.
So you're going to hear a click, like a lock clicking, and the latch on the door is going to lift, and it's going to part a little bit, and you're going to see a little face poking like around the door. You can see that this individual has pale skin with dark hair and bright seafoam green eyes. It is a man.
Hello, sir. I'm assuming you are the master of the house?
I am the mayor.
So you're the master of all of these houses?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. Do you believe that this place would be a good location for us to start selling cookies?
Cookies aren't really a part of our diet. We like fish.
Fish crackers, then.
What's a fish cracker?
A thing you throw in like a chowder.
What's a chowder?
If you eat a lot of fish, you know what a chowder is, sir. Do not chide me.
We grill our fish on skewers.
Well, you should.
With a little bit of salt.
You should definitely look into chowder. It's the new big thing out there, from where I come from in the big city.
The big city, you say? Which city is that?
I'm from Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. Doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, sorry to hear that. I did hear whispers of a certain task that this town was putting out, kind of a call to arms for adventurers. And that was the thing that made me think about maybe I should expand the territory into this town. What is the name of this town, by the way?
Gar!
Gar?
Gar!
Okay. The town of Gar sounds like a lovely place, and I would like to hear more details about this adventure that you need adventuring.
I don't know if it's really an adventure, but we do need somebody to lift a curse.
It sounds exactly what an adventurer would be. It would be, doing. Would be good at.
Semantics, young miss. You see, the mayor is going to open the door farther, and you can see that this fellow is basically your height in human. He's going to step out and point northwest to a hill that you could just barely make out above the buildings. And on top of this hill is a lone lighthouse. You can tell it's made of stone, but not really how big it is from where you're standing. That lighthouse, it's cursed. I don't know. I can't.
Your accent has changed, good sir.
Don't worry about it. The old lighthouse keeper disappeared many, many years ago, and it's been cursed ever since. All the ships that tried to come to port, with very few exceptions, crash, as you can see. We know it's because of that lighthouse. We seek someone to lift the curse on the lighthouse so we can sail safely into our own shores.
I came here on a boat. I must have been very lucky.
Indeed, young miss.
Okay, so you need me to investigate the lighthouse.
Yes.
Is there a reward?
Naturally. And it's not fish.
Well,
although there could also be fish.
Do I get to know the reward ahead of time?
No.
Not like a half now, half later sort of thing?
No.
Okay. So, well, I have nothing better to do, so I might as well go check this out. And the promise of a mysterious reward that could be anything. It could even be a boat. And I've wanted one of those for a very long time. That sounds promising to me, so I will give it a shot. Do you have anything that you can present to me that might make my adventure easier?
Only information.
Like what?
There are folk in town who say an eerie singing can be heard coming from the lighthouse from time to time.
Okay. What kind of singing?
I don't know. They all say it's eerie, chilling even. But I've never heard it myself, and I cannot speak more to it.
Male voice, female voice?
They say it seems to be neither.
Androgynous voice. Is it singing like a sea shanty or?
They didn't specify.
Okay. That wasn't very helpful, but thank you for trying.
He's gonna look at you kind of funny with like an unamused, like you're an annoying child kind of face, and just kind of step back and shut the door.
That was rude. Okay. So I am going to turn around and leave, I guess. I'm just gonna go. How long does it look like I'm gonna take to get to the lighthouse?
Between 20 and 30 minutes.
Okay. What time of day is it?
It's midday.
We got time. So I'm just gonna go straight on my way to the lighthouse.
So, You're just gonna book it toward this lighthouse.
Gonna go on to the lighthouse. I don't seem to need anything at the moment.
As you continue on your way toward the lighthouse, a storm starts to roll in from the sea. You see it just getting darker and darker, the clouds getting ominous. You can tell it's going to rain, and you can tell there's going to be lightning. Just a sense in your bones. You go through the town unimpeded. No one seems to be paying you any attention. No one seems to care that you exist. They don't get in your way, and you just get there unmolested.
Well, that's good. I don't want to be molested on the way to the lighthouse in the scary Fisher Village.
Well, unmolested back in the day was not quite as negative as it is now. It just means like you weren't bothered on your way.
Yeah.
Anyway, you get to the base of this large cliff that leads up to the lighthouse in the distance. Casts a bit of a shadow over the land, and you can see that there's no official path up to this lighthouse from the base of the cliff. It's just dirt and rocks. The ground seems to be a little slippery.
Okay.
And you can hear the waves crashing into the shore. Don't forget the waves.
Does it seem like I might have an issue trying to get up the slippery rocks?
Yeah, if you're not careful, you might have an issue.
Okay. I'm going to try and go up the rocks carefully at like half movement speed, like it's difficult terrain.
Dexterity check.
Dexterity? You mean acrobatics?
What did it? Yeah, specifically
or am I
acrobatics.
making a dex save?
Dexterity. Like, isn't it dex check, but under the field of acrobatics?
No, acrobatics is an additional skill that falls under dexterity.
Oh, well, I was halfway there.
So, would you like to make acrobatics?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, don't move.
That's cool
Why
picture.
is the camera moving?
Because it wants to show off Rem and Rom.
Okay, so I am going to roll a die.
I mean, we have actual die, bro.
We do, but I don't currently have any in front of me. I rolled a 14, and my acrobatics is +2. So, because I'm not proficient in acrobatics at the moment. So, I have a 16.
So, some rocks you can feel are loose beneath you, not fully embedded in the earth. But before you can fall, you catch yourself and steadily make your way up the hill. But as you continue on your path, a swarm of seagulls comes toward you, and they begin to dive toward your body, cawing angrily.
Okay. Do they seem like they're attacking me?
They're diving toward you, cawing angrily. They're getting closer and closer as we speak.
I would like to try and Eldritch Blast one of them.
What does Eldritch Blast do?
It is a cantrip.
Okay.
And I will try to hit it with my Eldritch powers.
What's the damage? Like, how does that work?
I rolled a... Did it not add my thing? What did I actually roll? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I rolled an 11 to hit the seagull.
Okay.
Does that hit the seagull?
It hits the seagull. Describe its demise.
When I shoot my Eldritch Blast at it, it forms out of this like force energy that's green, like a sickening green in the shape of a like a pit viper's face, and it hits the bird, and the bird just goes.
Like it's eating the bird and then the bird explodes?
Yeah.
So the guts and feathers, I was going to say buffet, but that does not make sense.
Because I hit it for 15 damage.
Fly into the two nearest birds, and they like do a little stop and shock as the others continue to dive toward you.
Okay. Do I have enough time to try and hit another one?
You have one more moment.
How many birds are there?
There's 10 birds, I've decided.
That's a lot of birds. I'm gonna try and hit another one.
Okay.
I rolled a 9. Does that hit the bird?
That hits one bird.
Okay.
With the Eldritch Blast again?
Yeah.
Okay. Describe its demise.
I rolled 9 damage, and same thing. It just like swallows the bird, and then the bird pops.
So the bird explodes. You get some guts on your body. Pretty gross, man. Guts and feathers on your
It's
body.
pretty gross.
And then the other birds make it to you. You can feel their beaks against your body, and you take 1 point of slashing damage.
1 point of slashing damage.
As they start to crash into you and their beaks dig into your skin, drawing a little bit of blood, they begin to go up into the sky again and then turn for another assault.
Okay. I'm gonna try and Eldritch Blast again.
Okay.
Man, being under level 5 kind of sucks because Eldritch Blast only has 1 blast.
Noob.
I rolled a 9 again, which we've established has already hit them.
So you
I
murdered
rolled 6 damage.
You murdered this poor bird.
Okay.
How could you?
Before the birds get to me, I would like to use a bonus action
Okay.
to summon my packed weapon,
Okay.
which is a rapier that has like a snake curling up the handle and like an open mouth with a blade coming out of it.
Okay.
And it's like slightly curved, but it is a rapier.
Okay.
For some reason on D&D Beyond, it does not let me attack using my charisma modifier
That's rude.
for the attack, but I should be able to with Pact of the Blade now because we're using 2024 rules. But I would be able to attack with my charisma modifier.
Okay. So they've seen their friend get blown up. This is their third buddy that got just kaboomed in front of their eyes. 2 of them get frightened away and just like caw into the distance. And then the others seem to dive toward you faster.
Wait, so how many are left?
We started with 10 and you've killed 3 and 2 have flown away. Right?
I killed 2. No, I killed 3.
Yes, you've killed 3 of the 10 I said and 2 have flown away. So
2
we're left
flew
with
away.
5.
So there's 5 left. I'm going to try and Eldritch Blast 1, and then when the next set reaches me, I'm going to try and swipe at it with my sword.
Okay.
So we're going to Eldritch Blast first. It is a 14, which should hit.
Yeah, so another one gets nommed by the Eldritch Blast.
And
so
14
we're down to
damage, and then I'm going to swing at it with my sword when they get back to me.
They're all coming from different directions. So there's one on each side of your body.
Okay, so I will swing with my sword for 18 damage.
Yeah.
Or for an 18 to hit.
In what direction and at which bird?
The one to my
So there's one
left.
like directly in your face, and then there's one on the left and right, and one coming from behind.
The one in front of me, I guess.
Okay, so that bird gets slashed in half. The other birds smash into you for a total of 1 slashing damage because you didn't hit them, and sucks to be you. And then in a rage, they just fly away. They realize their demise is imminent, I guess, in their little birdie brains, and they just fly away, allowing you to continue your journey toward the lighthouse. You encounter more of the tricky terrain on your way. Do an acrobatics check.
Okay. 16 again.
Again, you look like you're going to fall for a minute, but you catch yourself and you finally make it to the lighthouse. It's been about half an hour since you left the mayor's house. Residence, even. You can see that the lighthouse is about 4 stories tall. You could see that the door is wood, also in the same shape as the mayor's house was, but there's no knocker on this one. It's just like one of those circular knob things where it's got like the little peg with the big circle. I guess you could use it as a knocker. And that's like some sort of dark wood. And it has a sort of wet, musty smell from the sea. The rest of the building is a gray stone, and there are windows placed at what you assume is every level of the lighthouse, some of which are very clearly broken. On the door, scratched into the wood, is the following: "Beware the Keeper's Song."
Beware the Keeper's Song.
Yes.
Okay. I think I may have actually made myself the ability to do this. No, I screwed it up. Okay, well, whatever. So I would like to investigate the front of the lighthouse around the outside.
Around the outside?
Yeah, to see if there are other ways to get in, if there are other things to be interested in. I rolled a 10 on an investigation check.
So you make your way around you're just going around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that the stone seems a little worn. It looks like it's seen better days. It's been clearly weathered by the elements, although it stood the test of time. It's still standing strong, but it's definitely aged at this point. But not like too aged. Just like, it's middle-aged now.
Middle-aged.
It's middle-aged now. And you can see, if you look up, that there is a window about 10 feet up for the first window. And then you make your way back to the door and you see the warning on the door.
And the warning is beware of the Keeper's Song.
The Keeper's Song, yep.
Okay. Does the door seem locked?
It does not.
I realize I can just click a button to make it my pack weapon. So I didn't have to go through all this stuff. But I will try and slip the head of my snake underneath the door and see if I can see inside. Or is the door too close to the ground?
The door is too close to the ground.
Okay. I will just... so as an adventurer, I would imagine I have like cotton for kindling or something with me. I have like the starting adventure gear.
Alrighty.
Can I like put some of it in my ears?
You can.
Yes. And I would like to have my snake come up to the, like right here. And I would like to listen and see through its senses as I open up the door.
So you open the door because it is, in fact, not unlocked. Yeah. And you manage to make your way inside as the door creaks. And as you open the door, you are hit with this musty scent. Like, this building clearly has not been inhabited or cared for quite some time. And you see all sorts of debris scattered everywhere, all over the floor. But you can tell, despite that this floor was the place where the keeper really cared for himself. It has like a sort of stove in the corner where he could do some cooking, like a little table that's clearly seen better days with a chair. Okay. And you see some shelves in the back with books. And on the table, you see something. You can't tell what it is. You can see the shadow of something on top of the table because the surface isn't completely flat.
Okay. So, wait, so there's nothing on the table?
No, you can tell that there's something on the table. You don't know what it is, but you can see like the shadow of something like rising above the surface of the table. Do you know what I mean?
All right. I will approach the table cautiously, seeing through my snake senses.
Okay. Do a perception check.
I'm okay at those. 16. I really like that number today, apparently.
That's your new favorite number. You, through the ears of your snake, as it were, hear a faint melody echoing from the upper floors of the lighthouse.
Wait, does it do anything to my snake? Does it do anything to me listening to it?
Doesn't seem to. Hey, now that you're making decisions, maybe you should take a moment from our not sponsor to pour the tea.
Pour the tea?
Yeah, it's behind you.
Pour the tea, Mulan.
It's behind your little computer screen there. Because, you know, I've been doing a lot of talking and my throat needs some beverage.
Is it time for a sponsor segment? I mean, sponsor, not sponsor. Just us doing a little taste test thing, which is the thing we do. Okay, this has a cork on it. So describe a little bit more about what I'm seeing as I'm opening this up.
So you're approaching the table.
Yes, I'm approaching the table.
You go closer and closer to the table, and as you're standing over the table, you notice a book that's open. It's old and weathered with brittle pages, resting on this dusty table near a rusted lantern.
This is like trying to open this up near a lot of equipment.
I don't think it's going to pop, though.
Why wouldn't it?
I don't know. Reasons? Did it go into the curtains?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's just curtains.
New mug that Lakota got me.
So yeah, it's just this old weathered notebook on a dusty table near a rusted lantern. Like the old oil lanterns you always see in like those old sea movies.
Okay. I would like to open up the notebook.
It's already open.
Okay. I would like to look at the writing in the notebook and see if I can recognize the writing.
It's in common, and it's sort of like a hurried, erratic style that if you flip through the pages, will notice gets worse as it goes on.
Oh, he go cray cray.
It looks like it's some sort of diary or logbook.
This is okay. Could be better, could be worse.
Is it because it's sparkling?
You're sparkling.
Well, it's non-alcoholic sparkling tea blanc with green tea, lemongrass, and jasmine, if you would like to hold up the bottle and show the people. While I show off my Naruto mug from Shippuden, which I stole from Jeremy. So yeah, what are you doing with this logbook, yo?
Can I read it?
Mm-hmm. It's in common. I'm pretty sure you speak that. Oh, yeah. It has a harsh aftertaste. It kind of tastes like apple to me. Like sparkling apple cider.
It does taste kind of like apple cider.
It's kind of weird.
Actually, that's actually not bad. This is my snake, by the way.
So,
this is the stat block for a poisonous snake.
Are you intending to read?
Yes, but I'm reading through my snake's eyes.
Okay. The first entry is dated for about 5 years ago. The light must never fail. Too many souls depend on it. I'll find a way to keep it burning brighter, longer, whatever it takes. That's all there is on the page.
Was the light lit when I came in?
In the lantern?
In the lighthouse.
Yes.
Is the lantern lit?
No. It's rusty and old and doesn't look like it's seen use in a while.
Unable to be lit?
It's possible it could be lit.
Eldritch Blast! No, that's force damage.
I thought it was Fireball. It's always Fireball, man.
I have Fireball. But, okay, so I would like to take the lantern and I would like to put it into my inventory. Fireball! Joke's on you. I can't read. Welcome back, Miguel.
Hey, Miguel. Good to see you. He understood the assignment with Fireball.
So, I'm going to take the lantern with me. I'm going to attach it to my belt.
Okay. It's rusty. It's gross.
I mean,
but it's there. It
I don't
hangs.
have prestidigitation, so I can't clean it.
It hangs on your belt. It's a good little comforting weight of about a pound, I've decided.
And
I don't know. How much does a lantern weigh?
Nobody knows. I am going to, I probably could look up how much a lantern is, but I'm not going to.
That's work.
So there's one exit out of this place?
So there's the front door, and you can go up the stairs. There's like a spiraling staircase.
I'm gonna send my snake up the stairs.
I'm
gonna stay where I am.
Okay.
It has blind sight to 10 feet.
What's blind sight?
It can see if blind. Probably from sensing tremors or something, but it says it has blind sight 10 feet, passive perception of 10, and it has a dexterity of +3. It actually has a better dexterity than me.
Because you suck.
But I'm more charismatic.
So, as the snake begins to make its way up the stairs, it will notice that everything's dark blue and black. It's like the floor beneath it feels cold, but there's also this bit of texture as of debris. There's dust and grime, and there's also, as it continues to make its way up, little sparkles in the darkness. And as its body slithers over it, it'll realize that it's something sharp.
Okay, wait, so this is on the stairs?
Yep.
There's a sharp thing on the stairs?
There's sharp things on the stairs.
Can I see what can I get a sense for what the sharp things are?
They're little sparkles in the dark, cold perception.
Like gems?
Little sparkles in the dark, cold perception.
Roll perception? Is that what you said?
No, I said it's little sparkles in the dark, cold perception of the snake.
Oh, okay. But I can't tell if they're like gems or something.
No.
Okay. I would like to examine them. They're trying to home alone you. No, I don't want to be home alone.
Which round? Are we talking Macaulay Culkin or the other one?
Nobody talks about the other one.
I mean, that third one was bad. I remember I saw it at my grandmother's house, and she was just like, "What on earth is this?" She was an interesting lady. So you're seeing through the eyes of the snake still to try and see what these little glittery things are?
Yes. Can I make an investigation?
Sure.
I rolled a 9.
You can't tell what the little glittery things are. They just glitter menacingly.
They glitter, but I got that there's menace there. Okay, they're danger. I'm going to continue going with my snake past those spiky things. Are they harming me?
They're scraping the snake's body.
I mean, do they do 1 point of damage?
Yes.
Then the snake dies because he only has 1 HP.
So your snake is dead now. I murdered a thing! Yeah!
Okay.
That's enough of that nonsense with your freaking snake.
Cool. So because of my pact to the chain, I'm just going to resummon the snake as a magic action.
Stupid snake. God.
Okay, so I guess I'll go up by myself, keeping the snake on my shoulder.
So you leave the logbook behind.
No, I can just bring it with me, can't I?
I mean...
Wait, I was reading the logbook. You didn't tell me what was in the logbook.
I told you the first page.
Well, let me turn the pages.
You could have turned the pages. You elected not to because you were dealing with your snake.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to turn the pages.
Okay. The next entry takes place several weeks after the first entry. It says, "A storm unlike any I've seen. It brought wreckage, yes, but also a gift. A pearl that shines brighter than any flame. I found it washed ashore, cradled in seaweed. Could it be a sign? A blessing from the gods of the sea?" And on this page, there's also a sketch of a glowing orb. It's crudely drawn, but there's something mesmerizing about it.
Is it a pearl?
Yeah.
Snake cabal above all. Yes. Okay, so is there anything else of note if I flip through the pages?
So the next entry takes place a few weeks after that previous entry, and it says, "The pearl burns with an endless light, but I hear whispers when I'm near it, promises and threats all tangled. The more I use it, the louder they become. Sleep eludes me." You notice that the handwriting wavers as though written with a trembling hand.
Because he getting tired. They getting tired. Is there anything else?
You notice one more entry. You cannot read the date.
Okay.
"It demands too much, the voices, they won't stop. My soul," it says. "For the light to shine eternal, my soul must be the fuel. What have I done? Forgive me. Forgive us all."
What have I done?
The ink trails off as though the pen was dropped mid-sentence.
Okay.
And as you read this logbook, you can hear the sound of the melody again, drifting down toward you.
Oh, does it bother me at all?
No, it doesn't really bother you, but you have this sense that you want to go toward it.
Okay.
It's kind of like a humming melody made by someone who you can't see as either male or female.
Is it upstairs?
It's clearly coming from upstairs,
Cool.
farther
I wanted to go there anyway.
in the lighthouse.
So I am going to walk towards the stairs, and I'm going to try and keep an eye on where I saw or where I felt the ouchies.
So as you climb up the stairs, it's dark.
Uh-huh.
You can see, like, up around the bend, light, like a faint light coming in through the window past the storm that's beginning to rage outside.
Okay.
You can hear thunder and lightning and...
Very, very frightening.
Yes. And vaguely beneath that, waves crashing into the side of the shore. Just the rumbling of waves and lightning. Thought I was going to hiccup. There it is. Okay. As you make your way up closer to the light, you can see what the snake could not quite make out. There's clearly dust on the floor. What might be like little bits of like gravel from the rock that makes up the lighthouse, like just kind of crashed onto the floor. So like little bits of rubble. That's the word. And you see something else. The glittering things. The shadow of the glittering things. And as you get closer, you realize it's glass. Little shards of glass.
Okay. I would like to... Can I just, like, brush them aside? I'm going to take out one of my torches from my adventuring kit. I'm going to just brush them aside.
Okay. As you begin to brush them aside, the floor begins to tremble slightly, just like raining dust down from the top of the building. And they begin to rattle all the debris on the floor, like pebbles, just clattering, clattering, clattering. And then they start to rise off the floor.
The glass?
Yes. The glass and the debris, just hovering in the air. And it seems to be looking at you.
The glass seems to be looking at me?
You don't know why you have this sense, but you feel the sense that all this debris is looking at you.
I've also been told that we came across a well-rusted, almost ancient shell of a steampunk X robot. There's no movement in its still body, but for the moment, you could swear you almost saw a light flicker in his eyes. You can barely make out its chest, a faded serial number, Oscar. I like this. But I am looking at I'm looking at a glass face looking at me. Well, it's not in the shape of a face, though.
No,
right?
It's not in the shape of the face, but you feel like you're being watched.
Okay. I will watch it right back, like defiantly.
The glass and debris just hovers there. Hovers.
Like a swing at. Well, okay, wait, hold on. Do you have anything you'd like to say, or would you just like to stare at me?
There's no response. It's freaking glass and debris, dear.
It's looking at me. What
It's
are the
not
rules?
looking at you.
What are the rules? So I'm gonna swing my packed weapon at it.
As you swing into the air with your weapon, you hit some of the glass and it shatters, making even smaller particles of glass and debris. And the rest of it's going to start swarming at you, coming toward you.
Okay.
It's about a foot away now. Getting closer, getting closer.
I'm going to...
You're maybe 10 feet from the landing where the next floor is. You're like halfway between each floor.
Why is my feat not showing up on my usable spells? Did I not pick that feat? I need to check to make sure that I have the thing that I think I have.
Jeremy likes to break my encounter, I see. He's like, I'm going to use a snake to cheat.
Well, it's saying I have invisibility, but I feel like I should not have invisibility and I should instead have Misty Step, but maybe I chose the wrong thing.
That sounds like you.
But if that's okay, if that's the case, it's okay.
How am I doing so far? Is my storytelling terrible?
No.
Yay!
What? No.
So
My Mark Wahlberg impression?
that's totally, that means it's terrible, guys.
Fey touched. Yeah, I have Fey touch, so I should Misty Step. I'm going to Misty Step up to the landing.
So
For some reason, it's not showing up. I guess it would probably be in features or whatever.
So what does Misty Step do?
I can teleport.
So you teleport up
Learn
to...
Misty Step spell, one first level spell of your choice. Once you cast either of these spells, you can cast that spell this way again until you finish a long rest. You can also cast these spells using spell slot of the appropriate level. So I chose Misty Step and Silvery Barbs as the spells that I can do. So I can teleport to a spot within 30 feet of where I am.
So you're on the second floor now.
Yeah, I'm on the second floor.
So you see the storm brewing outside of a completely shattered glass window. You see like little bits of shards of glass like in this frame, but most of it is on the floor and on the path leading back down the stairs toward the first floor. On the opposite side of where you're standing, where you just came off, like in the circular end on the opposite of the window,
Okay.
is a door. Looks to be the same sort of make as the one you found on your way into the lighthouse, but it just has a regular doorknob. And you can see something scratched into the wood.
Was it scratched by the robot?
Freaking robot. And then you can also hear the tinkling of glass as though it's like running up the stairs.
The glass is running up the stairs?
Like it sounds like glass is running up the stairs.
Oh.
You hear the tinkling.
The tinkling.
The tinkling of the glass.
I hear a bathroom. I hear the tinkle. Okay, this is my feature that says I have it, just to prove. Okay, I'm going to look ahead of me. Does it look like there is... Okay, can I see the thing that's scratched into the wall?
The door.
Door.
Yes.
Can I read it?
Yes, it's in common.
What's it say?
Only the light of truth shall reveal the way.
Oh, we know the way. It is the way. The light of truth. Can I hold the lantern up towards it?
Towards the
door.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Damn broken lantern. I'm sure I have flint in my adventurer's kit. I'm going to try and light the lantern.
Okay. Do you do a nature check or something? Wilderness survival check?
I mean, nature, I guess, makes sense, or survival.
You can pick either. I'll let you choose.
Why do I have proficiency in athletics? I feel like that was not what I intended to have proficiency in, but whatevs.
Stop asking questions. This is a life or death scenario.
Okay, so I'll do... I mean, both of them are the same. So nature... Oh, no, nature's a 0. Survival is a +1. So we'll try survival.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
That don't light. Nothing happens.
Can I investigate how to more efficiently light this thing?
With what?
Can I deceive it? I'm good at that.
Deceive what?
I don't know, the lantern. I don't have anything that makes fire or light in any way.
You see lightning arcing outside the window, crashing, bright white.
Can I put the lantern up to the window and try and make the... Wait, is there any glass on the lantern?
Yes, there's glass on the lantern, and there's glass on the floor in front of the window, and also you can hear the glass like on the stairs.
Can I try to put the glass up to like the glass parts of the lantern up to the window to try and make it reflect the lightning towards the door?
Yes.
I can do that. I mean, I could just I could also minor illusion like a prism of some sort onto the window. But if the lantern works, then...
So you're trying to reflect the light from the lightning toward the door.
Yes, I have Phoenix Downs. I have Phoenix Downs in my inventory. Don't worry, Miguel.
So what kind of check would that be?
It would be I did a cool thing check, so you just let it happen.
Okay.
I mean, I could try to investigate how to do it. I could.
That doesn't make sense. We're not going to do that. We're not doing that. I've decided. So as you make your way toward the window, the lightning dies, and then a new one comes. And as you look down to the stairs, you can see that the glass and debris that you were dealing with earlier on your way up the stairs is basically it looks like it's hopping toward you, on the stairs, running toward you.
The glass?
Yeah, the glass and debris. It looks like it's coming toward you, but hopping up the stairs instead of hovering toward you.
Okay.
As you lift the lantern toward the light of the next bolt of lightning, you kind of struggle to catch the light at first, but eventually you manage to catch a beam and reflect it toward the door.
Uh-huh.
As soon as this happens, the debris and the glass just crashes onto the floor with a large patter. It kind of sounds like you're dropping marbles onto the floor, and then it's still.
Okay.
And then you hear a crash of lightning behind you, and darkness descends as it just falls silent at the same time as the darkness descends upon the land again. Yeah.
Wait, outside the tower?
So, no, what I was trying to say is be cool. So, I was trying to make a cool image. And what I was saying was, so the minute or the second you get the beam of light to reflect on the door, all of the debris just crashes onto the ground, and it sounds like, marbles just crashing onto the floor. And in that same moment, there's a flash of lightning, and then it dies out the second that the glass dies out. So at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. That was cool. And then, as that happens, the door that was once locked just clicks and creaks open ominously.
Okay. Can I see beyond it at all?
It's not open enough for you to really see inside.
Can I get close to the door and stick my snake inside and have my snake see? It has blind sight, 10 feet.
That sounds so weird. So you go, the snake sticks his head inside, and it looks like a bedroom. Just like an old bedroom with a little straw mattress that smells really musty and moldy and gross, with a soggy blanket because there's a window behind it and it's been letting some water in.
You didn't close the window before it started raining.
It's a broken window, man. He can't fix that. And there's a desk with another lantern on it. It's also rusty. And there's a table. Or a chair next to the desk.
There's a moldy bed.
Yeah, really gross.
There's a
broken window.
Broken window. And another lantern.
On a desk. With a chair. Yeah.
Is there a notebook on it?
No.
Is there any further I can go beyond this door to go up? Or do I have to go through this room to go up?
No. So you'd have to go back outside and continue following the spiral staircase.
Well, I didn't go out. I didn't go in the room. My snake poked his head in the room.
So, yeah, there's nowhere you can continue to ascend the lighthouse from this room. You'd have to continue going up the stairs,
past this room.
Like, it would take you up to the next floor. It's a winding staircase. It's like...
And this is an offshoot room from the winding staircase.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to go in and poke around. And... See, I'm going to send my snake in and have it poke around.
The room.
Yes.
It just smells.
It just smells. You don't see anything? Is the lantern on the table in better condition than the lantern I currently have?
No. It's about the same.
About the same. I'm going to go into the room.
So you go into the room.
I'm going to try and light that lantern.
Okay.
Okay. What did you make me do? A survival?
Yeah, that's what you chose between survival and nature.
I got a 16. That's pretty high for only having a +1.
So
I lit it.
There's a little bit of spark.
Hey.
And it manages to catch and make this little wavering flame that a gust of wind immediately blows out as it comes through the window.
What the frick?
You don't need that. You're fine.
Okay, well, this is Lucky Lantern now, so I'm going to take this lantern and leave the other lantern.
So you swap lanterns.
And then I'm going to go back up the staircase.
So you go up the staircase and you notice more glass and debris on the ground, and you hear it crunching beneath your feet, but it's not animating like the debris and glass did earlier as you make your way to the 3rd floor.
I'm just like chomping through glass, like... I don't care. I just step on glass.
It's like stepping on little kids' Legos. It's just painful, but you're not taking damage.
I have shoes.
I know.
Adventurer shoes. They're Uggs. They're Ugg brand adventurer shoes.
But even when you step on like your kids' Legos that they left out in their bedroom, even if you have shoesies on your feet, it hurts.
D4s. So I'm gonna continue going. What do I get to eventually?
So you get to another landing. It looks exactly the same as the previous one, but this door doesn't have anything scratched into it.
Is it open?
It's currently closed.
Can I check the lock?
Like for traps?
Can I? Well, I mean, I could check for traps. I will investigate on checking for traps. Wait, what the frick? Here we go. I would like to intimidate the trap. I rolled an 8.
You can't tell if there is a trap or not a trap.
I will intimidate the lock to see if it will tell me if there's a trap. I will deceive the lock, telling it that I'm not going inside, and then open it up real fast.
So you open the door.
Yeah.
There's no trap. It just opens with a creak.
Yeah, because I deceived it. It wasn't ready to prepare itself. It was like, oh, I guess they're just going the other way. What do I see?
It looks like there's just boxes and like various materials to maintain the lighthouse and some like a toolbox.
Are there any non-broken lanterns?
You don't see any lanterns.
You know, I just want a not broken lantern.
So your lanterns are technically unbroken. They're just rusty and old.
You said the glass was broken.
They're rusty and old.
I would like to go in there. What kind of stuff are in the boxes?
So it looks like blankets.
I would like to take a blanket.
Even though it's musty and smelly?
Why? It's inside of a box. I would like to go into a sealed box and find stuff inside of it.
There's one sealed box covered in dust.
Okay, what's inside of it?
How do you open it? It's like a crate.
I mean, I
type
have like a
box.
rapier. I'm sure I could use it as like a crowbar.
So you're crowbarring it open
Yeah.
with your rapier. So you open this box, and a puff of dust just like smacks you full on in the face.
Okay.
Yeah. And as you peer over the box, you can tell that there isn't much in it. It looks like someone did not use this space as well as they could have.
So it's like an Amazon shipping box. It has like a single pack of batteries in it.
Exactly. It's like, but there are no batteries in it.
Well, yeah. What is actually in it?
It's a wrench
I'm taking the wrench.
wrapped up next to some paper, like a packing paper. And there's some weight to the packing paper.
I'm going to take the packing paper and I'm going to open up the packing paper and see what's inside of it. And I'm going to take the paper too because I can write on it.
There's 2 pieces of paper that you could use for writing now, I guess. Inside, there is a compass.
Ooh, that seems cool. I'm going to take that.
It's a little compass with like a carved wooden back with a little like knob on the top. It looks like the kind of knob that you would have at the top of a pocket watch, like to attach to a chain.
Okay.
But it's really like if you click on it, it opens the compass to reveal the fact that it is in fact a compass.
Okay.
And the inside has like a little like a white face. Looks like it's been painted white, and the little hands that point in the various directions are the sort of like elegant-ish, like gold. It kind of looks like what you would associate with filigree. And the directions are all written in red, and all the marks between them are black in a neat script.
Okay, can I read it?
I mean, it just says N
okay.
S, like that's it.
All right, so I got a fancy compass. Wait, I want to see, this is what players do to DMs is they make them come up with things on the spot. So did you know this compass is apparently 100 gold? Wow, that's 100 gold worth of compass.
And it's a quarter of a pound. I feel like that's very heavy for a compass. But I'm just looking at the homebrew page. It's worth 100 gold.
Okay, I can't find it because it won't let me do like a homebrew thing. But whatever. We'll note that I have a compass and 2 pieces of paper I can write on, and a
wrench. It's just like a metal wrench, but
okay.
it's only got like the wrench on one side instead of like the 2-sided wrench.
Okay. So I would like to go back out to I'm gonna put this in a notes app thing. Can you hey, stop it. Just let me open up notes. Thank you. Jeez. What color is the wrench? Miguel would like to know what color the wrench is.
It's just a dark slate gray kind of color.
What brand is the wrench? And to what measurements can it open up?
So
is it in
Are you going to investigate your own wrench?
Is it in millimeters?
Are you investigating your own wrench, Jeremy?
Yes.
Okay, do an investigation
Does
check.
the wrench have a name? Miguel would like to know. I will do an investigation check on my wrench. I'm really just trying to find out its identity. How it identifies. Is it a wrench that identifies as a screwdriver? He'd like to try Arcana on the wrench. I got a 20 to investigate my wrench.
The wrench is about 7 inches in length from tip of one side to the bottom.
7-inch wrench.
It's maybe half a pound in weight. It's got a little heft to it.
Gray, half pound, so the exact same weight as the compass.
No, that was a quarter of a pound.
Oh, okay, so double the weight of the compass.
It looks to be made of some sort of sturdy metal material. You don't know what kind of metal it is, but it's definitely a metal. And again, it only has the wrench on one side. The build of the wrench has like a little bit of a taper, so it's like thicker on the side with the wrench and a little thinner on the other side to allow for a better grip.
Oh, good grip.
According to the person who designed this wrench.
Miguel would like you to know that he's casting Zone of Truth on the wrench, so it cannot lie. Or it has to make a saving throw, but it's an inanimate object, so it automatically fails. 2 pieces of writing paper.
The wrench bit is about like the space between the 2 bits of the wrench, you know, looks to be about like a woman's finger length. So like my finger. So female finger crushing size. Okay. Okay. And on the handle of this wrench is a name. What's the name? Maurice. Maurice? This is the wrench's name, or this is the name of the person who owns it? This is is this the name of the person who used to crush women's fingers with it? It could be the name of the person who designed the wrench. Maurice is on the handle. Okay, cool. Maurice branded wrench. All right, I would like to leave the room. Okay. And then go up the stairs. So as you go up the stairs, that eerie melodic humming gets louder. And you can feel it drawing you toward the top floor. Okay. You can still hear the thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening. Going on outside. And you can still hear this haunting melody calling toward you, beckoning you closer, like, come here, my pretty. Ah. Is it actually saying that, though? No, it's not. But, like, you get that sense. I would like to ready my wrench in one hand and my rapier in the other. Okay. As you go up the stairs? Uh-huh. You go up the stairs unimpeded. Okay. And you get to your top floor, and you realize it's a light chamber. It is bathed in an eerie greenish glow that dances along the stone walls, casting shifting spectral shadows. At its heart is a crystalline orb, pulsating like a heartbeat, its light both mesmerizing and foreboding. Surrounding the orb is the translucent form of the lighthouse keeper. Or who you assume is that, because, you know. No, I just know. Yeah. His expression a mix of anguish and defiance. Wisps of spectral energy coil around him like chains, tethering him to the orb. His eyes, once human, now flicker with the same unnatural green light, and his voice echoes with the duality, half his own, half something far more sinister. Okay. The air is heavy with an oppressive energy, as if the chamber itself is holding its breath, waiting for what comes next. His form, if you care to know it, is a blend. You don't? No, go ahead. Wow. Okay. A blend of humanity and spectral corruption. It's gaunt and translucent with shimmering green-tinged skin that seems to ripple like water under moonlight. Okay. Wisps of ethereal mist rise from his form, trailing like smoke from an extinguished flame. His face bears the deep lines of a life spent weathering storms, but these are overshadowed by eyes that are no longer human. His uniform, though spectral, retains the ragged, sea-worn look of a man who worked tirelessly against the elements, with frayed edges and a tarnished lighthouse insignia on his chest. His hands are knotted and calloused, but they flicker as if struggling to remain tangible, while tendrils of the same eerie light snake around his wrists, ankles, and neck, as if binding him to the orb's malevolent energy. His very presence exudes a sense of sorrow and mourning, as though he is both victim and guardian of the dark secret within the chamber. Okay. Yeah. I, being as smart as I am with my 0 modifier in intelligence, am going to assume that this is actually a costume being worn by Maurice the Wrencher. And I am going to approach this spirit individual and try and pull off their mask as a meddlesome teenager to reveal
that it was actually Maurice the mechanic this whole time.
Are you rolling?
I would like to roll stealth to try and approach this spirit without him noticing me. I'm not very stealthy. I did not optimize this character very well. I went for flavor, and it was like, well, some of this will come up eventually, maybe. I rolled a 21 in stealth.
So, even though this room is maybe 15 feet wide, like 15-foot diameter, it's a circle. For whatever reason, this ghost just doesn't seem to let its eyes settle on you.
He's not very observant. He's busy. He's busy contemplating the orb. All right, so wait, he's attached to an orb, right?
He's attached to the
pearl, right?
This glowing orb.
Does it look like a pearl? They mentioned in the book earlier.
It's a crystalline orb. It's too large to be a pearl.
I mean, it could be a pearl from a very large clam. But
it's it's green. It's glowing green.
Like from a very large green clam.
We don't know what metal it's made of.
Listen, I rolled a 20 on my investigation. I'd know if it's made of iron. Does it taste of iron?
So you lick it to taste if it's iron?
I lick above it like a snake.
Yeah, it's iron. Let's go with iron.
Yeah. Oh, I got to add that into the notes. It's an iron. But see, iron actually matters because ghosts, if we were going supernatural rules, I should be able to like swing at this ghost and disrupt it with iron. Where did my note go? There we go. Maurice is on the handle, made of iron. Actually, tastes of iron. Yeah, use the wrench on the ghost. Supernatural rules.
This poor ghost, man. What did the ghost ever do to you?
Wait, so how close am I able to sneak towards the ghost?
You are now about 5 feet away from the ghost.
Perfect. That's wrench distance. Okay. I am going to... Do I see anything else around the... Do I see anything in the orb? Like, are there any images? Do I see home, Kansas?
No, you don't see Kansas in the orb.
Oh, carry on, wayward son. So... Do I hear the music still? Like singing?
Still the melody. It doesn't seem to be coming from the ghost, but you hear this haunting melody.
Does it seem like it's coming from the orb?
It seems like it might be coming from the orb, but it also seems like it's coming from all around the orb.
Does my snake see anything with its blind sight that I cannot see?
No.
I would like to minor illusion a blanket, like one of those like things that a magician uses, like puts over a clasp. You know what I'm talking about?
So you're trying to make like a ghost looking blanket.
No, yeah, I'm trying to make like a blanket that I can cover the orb with, like a clasp. Like you normally would do that. A cloche blanket, a cloche cover over the thing.
Over the orb.
Yeah, to make it not visible anymore.
So you're just
it's not physically there.
So it's like Gandalf covering the Palantir in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a check for that?
No, I just do it. It's a cantrip. I can just make a thing within a certain amount of time.
Oh, I see.
I mean, it's not physically there, but you have to make an investigation check to determine that it is not a real thing.
I see.
But so like it would do the purpose that I'm trying to get it to do.
So your blanket, not blanket.
Yes.
Okay. Covers the orb. It can't quite like slope all the way around the bottom. So the bottom of the orb.
It could be 5 foot by 5 foot. So I can make
it's like what I'm saying is it hangs over the orb in a way where it's not perfectly covering the bottom. It just kind of like hangs over it.
Yeah.
So you see the light like glowing more faintly from beneath this thing that you put on top of it, and you can see it still burning brightly from below.
Okay.
And it seems to like quiet the sound of the melody a little bit, like a slight, barely perceptible muffling.
Okay. So I'm going to solid snake this thing, and I'm going to minor illusion a box around it.
So like on the underside where the...
Yep, a whole box, a whole ass box, just floating in the air, covering it in its entirety. How big was it?
The orb?
Yeah.
We'll say it's about, it's 3 feet.
Okay,
round
so
orb.
I can make a big enough box. I'm going to make a 5 foot by 5 foot box around this orb.
Okay, so the light is fainter and the melody is a little fainter now.
But it can still be heard because it's not a solid thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to try and talk to the ghost.
It's like, oh, didn't see you there. Thought it was just the wind.
Oh, you're a joyous ghost. Yes, sir. I am here to try and free you from the influence of the orb.
That is very kind of you. You see, for I've gotten myself into a spot of trouble. You see.
It sounds like the orb wants to kiss your wrench. We haven't gotten there yet. We're going to see how it works out with the ghost.
I accepted a gift from a sea spirit to keep the lighthouse lit forever, but it came at the cost of my soul. I am now bound to this orb and cannot rest until it is destroyed.
Oh, so it does want to kiss my wrench. Okay. Sir, do you know that if I were to attack this orb, it would do something negative to me?
I do not know for certain, but I know that if it is destroyed, it should lift the curse.
Do you know a Maurice?
No.
Why did you steal his wrench?
What?
Why did you steal his wrench?
I didn't steal a wrench.
I found a wrench with Maurice's name on it in your room. Where were you on the night of the 14th? Okay, no, so I... Fuck it up, Buttercup! Yeah, we roll! I'm going to swing my wrench at this orb.
So, your thing is just an illusion, right?
Yeah, we just go through it.
Okay, so we're going to make our way down to the...
I'm not very good with the wrench because it is an improvised weapon. Maybe I'll turn the wrench into my packed weapon.
Okay, so what is that? Like a strength thing?
Yes, I guess so. It would be strength. I would not be proficient with it. I'd probably miss, but
I mean,
we're gonna try. What is? I don't have any strength based. I guess an unarmed strike would be the equivalent. So I rolled a 3 to try and hit this thing with my wrench.
So you managed to, because it's not moving, smack the orb with your wrench.
Wow, it's got really low AC. Man, if that's going to be your rules, this is going to be easy.
But
break the game, hashtag break the DM.
But you don't seem to have swung hard enough to do any damage to it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
I do 0 damage because I have a negative modifier in strength. I'm gonna look at the wrench and I'm gonna put the wrench on in my belt, and then I'm gonna swing my pack weapon at it.
Okay, same thing.
Hopefully actually do damage to it. I rolled a 9, and that we've established that a 3 hits, so the 9 hits, I would imagine.
The 9 hits, and
do you want me to roll damage, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
I rolled 10 damage.
I did.
And I'm gonna make it. Oh wait, no, I don't think I have that ability yet. Let me see.
I thought I'm the DM and determine the rules.
No, but I wanna. What do you mean? Well, I mean, when you hit something, you roll damage. I mean, that's just.
I mean, yeah, but like you hit it, but like the thing isn't moving. Like you're going to hit it unless you're an idiot.
No, their ACs, immovable things can have ACs.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is you hit it again. But
I wanted to see if I could change my weapon damage type yet, or if that's
you don't
a
seem to
later
do
on
any
thing.
real damage. You think maybe you see like a little chip fly off the orb.
Okay.
I don't think that's enough to destroy it. You might want to try another tactic.
She's never seen me play D&D.
I've heard stories, Miguel. I've heard stories. I know you're the problem child at the table. Shh.
Okay, let's look at my spells.
As he looks at his spell, I'm going to show off my Christmas present from Lakota. It's a Vankeys Cremino 1878 Solo Con Docchiola Pimente IGP only with Piedmont Hazelnut Bueno
I actually don't have any
Buonissimo
damaging spells.
bar. I think it's a milk chocolate bar with a hazelnut paste on the inside, and I'm going to see if it's good. It comes in pretty packaging. So
It's called creativity. I'm going to take a step back away from the orb and then fire an Eldritch Blast at it.
okay.
And
Look at this. I found the golden ticket, guys.
it will do 7 force damage to it.
You just determine it does 7 force damage.
I rolled it.
That's how that works for you?
Rolled the damage. I mean, if there's resistances or whatever, then you would make that determination after the fact. But my attack does 7 force damage.
You see a few more chips come off that orb. You can see the paste.
Yeah. Can I nudge it with the wrench? Does it move?
No. Oh, it was like a sticky pull away. Look at that. Look at that break.
I would like to. Is there anything else in the room?
There's like windows all around to let the light out. Because, I mean, it's a lighthouse. That actually tastes just like sticky Nutella. Like, not sticky in the way that Nutella is sticky, but like slightly melted chocolate sticky. Would you like some?
Eldritch Blasted again?
But it's not as sweet as Nutella, which I kind of like.
I am going to cast Hex on the. I should have said that has to be a creature, I'm pretty sure.
What the heck is Hex?
It's a spell.
I
This is a
realize
curse
that.
a creature you can see within range.
The orb is not a creature.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't have very much attack stuff, so I'm just going to swing at it again with. I'm going to shoot Eldritch Blast again at it.
Okay.
I am not a very heavy attack person. I rolled a 9, and the damage it would do is 14 damage.
You see a few more chips come off. You can leave it there for now so we don't have to stretch.
So Eldritch Blast is just a cantrip, so I'm just going to do it over and over again until I see some kind of effect. I can just keep casting it.
You see the orb slowly getting chipped away and the light starting to flicker as time goes on.
Good. Very nutty.
Well, it's hazelnut. As the fire or as the lightning flickers outside. This is taking a darned long time, Missy.
Well, give me something to attack it with then. Can you attack it?
I could try. Are you gonna... That's all you're doing? You're not even gonna try to convince me?
I mean, I'm very convincing. Wait, hold on.
Maybe. I don't know how I'd attack it in this form.
I'm going to deceive him. And I'm going to say, the only possible way for this orb to be destroyed is if you can manage to do it.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll a dirty 20 to convince him.
So you convince him to try. So he's like, so he closes his eyes and he thinks. And you see like little spectral sweat, like on his brow, just dripping down his face. Like, ooh, spectral sweat.
No, Miguel, I can't move the orb.
And he looks, shall we say, like a little bit constipated. He's concentrating so hard. And then as he concentrates, this like spectral hand comes out of his stomach
Oh.
And starts to grow and grow and rise like this, like out of his belly. And then all of a sudden, as he opens his eyes and begins to lose concentration, it smacks down on top of the orb. And it leaves like a clear print in the orb, shattering the top of the orb, but not making it sink.
Yo, he's strong. What CR is this thing? I am going.
And then the hand just like vanishes into his belly like it never existed before.
He just like unseen handed it. I'm going to.
And then he's going to like look at what he's done because he hears the shattering and like the music, the melody getting louder and louder. And he's like, what have I done? Miss, should we keep going?
I'm going to keep going, and I am going to attack where he did the damage.
So you're going to attack from like on top of the orb down?
Yeah.
Okay, with the same thing.
Either Eldritch Blast or my rapier, they both do the same amount of damage.
So alternating between your Eldritch Blast and the rapier.
Yeah.
So
and I'll throw the wrench in there every once in a while.
Okay, just, for funsies.
Yeah.
So this continues to whittle away at the orb and whittle away at the orb. And then finally the music silences and the orb just bursts into 1,000 little glittering lights that like sprinkle onto the floor. And as it releases this energy, I'm going to roll a 2d8.
You're going to roll 2d8.
Do you want to roll for me? Or do I have a thing?
I mean, I can roll 2d8 if you want.
2d8. Don't worry, I got to die. So you're going to take 11 points of damage from this burst of energy that's just getting released into the air in like a shock wave as this thing explodes and shatters onto the ground. And this...
Not on my 117th birthday.
Dispels the curse. The lighthouse grows eerily quiet. The storm subsides, and the ghost turns to look at you.
Uh-huh.
And he says, "Thank you," and then just vanishes into thin air, like in a like little like swirly swoop, like the genie does in Aladdin.
Uh-huh.
And as he disappears, you see something fall from his spectral body onto the floor with a little clatter, and it kind of like circles around like a coin at the end of its fall and just
catch it.
Falls on no, it's like on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah, it's on the floor.
I want to go look at it.
It looks to be a ring.
Is it perfectly sized to fit in the wrench? Is it a woman's ring?
It's a ring, and are you looking through the eyes of your snake?
My snake is there, so.
Okay. So the storm has stopped and there's more light coming through, and it can see cold, like this cold ring where the ring is. Like this, a circle thing like on the ground that happens to be
of
blue.
Cold?
Yeah, it's just a cold thing on the ground in a ring.
Wait, so it's not a physical ring?
No, it's physical. It's just like there's no heat in a metal ring. So it's just like a little circle of cold.
Okay.
Blue.
I would like to pick up the ring and do an arcana to see if it is magic.
Okay.
I'm not very good at arcana. I have a +0 in arcana. I rolled a 9.
You cannot tell if it's magical in nature, but it is an actual ring. It is a silver ring with like a little blue raindrop shaped stone on it.
Let's go read. You read Summon Ignis. Maybe Ignis will join next time.
Maybe he will. Maybe he won't.
It sounds like it's up to Ignis. So I'm holding the ring. I'm going to put on the ring.
You put on the ring.
Is
Nothing.
it ring finger sized?
Yeah, it fits on your finger.
Okay.
It's easy to slide on and off though. So it might be like a smidge big, but not so big
put it on
where
my
if you
middle
tip your
finger,
finger, it'll fall off.
I'm going to put it on my middle finger then.
So it's on your middle finger, this ring.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to think real hard about it and try to attune to it over the course of the next short rest.
So you've short rested and you want to investigate this ring again, is what you're saying.
Yes, I will sit here and try and take a little breather.
Okay.
And see if anything happens with this ring.
Nothing happens with the ring.
So I have not attuned to this ring.
I don't think...
Attunement means if it's a magic item and it requires attunement, I have now attuned to it, which means I can do the thing that the ring does.
Okay, hold on. So, that's what I assumed. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so you can use the ring.
I would know what it does now once I've attuned to it.
You realize it's a ring of water walking.
Ooh, I could walk on water. I'm Jesus.
You're Pajibus now.
Don't look now, snaky boy, but I think I might be Jesus. Okay, cool. Ring of water walking. That I can actually put in my inventory because it's a real thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Does anything else happen now that I've sat here for an additional hour?
No, it's just, things are all peaceful now. The storm is gone. You feel a little more well-rested. That's it. It seems to be a little past four.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's maybe a little past 4 or 5.
I will go to... I need to type in Ring of Water Walking.
Getting a lot of good loot, man. Got a compass, you got a wrench. Got a ring of water walking. Noticing a theme here. Oh, and paper. Excuse me. That was gross. I'm so sorry.
I have managed my inventory. And I am going to attune. Oh, that looks nice. I have... What is going on? Wow, doing this on the phone is terrible.
Keeping your DM waiting, that's rude.
Yeah, but I'm trying to attune to my ring.
You're attuned to your ring.
But I'm trying to physically attune to it, but it won't let me on the thing. I'll do it later. But I would like to descend down the stairs, trying to avoid the glass, and go back to the mayor's house.
So you make your way through town. People seem a little livelier than you remember them being before. And you make your way unimpeded to the mayor's house.
Mm-hmm.
You're at the mayor's house.
Knock, knock, knock.
You can vaguely hear footsteps approaching as the mayor makes their way to the door and asks who it is.
It is the adventurer that was here to solve your problem.
Oh. The mayor opens the door pretty hurriedly and is like, "The storm stopped suddenly. Was that you?"
It absolutely was. And there were no complications along the way.
Does that mean you've ended the curse?
Yes.
Oh, this is wonderful. You're a hero. Our ships can now sail safely. And you must receive a reward.
Yes, I should.
So the mayor is going to reach into their pocket and give you a voucher for the local inn, which will allow you to stay there on their tab and have 1 meal a day.
For how long?
Indefinitely.
Oh my God, I got a free Hilton coupon.
With limitations.
Living with 1 meal a day. That's all I gotta eat is 1 meal.
And then they reach into their other pocket.
Oh.
And they pull out 5 gold and just kind of stick it in your hand and say, "Don't say I never do nothing for you."
Go ahead, buy yourself something nice, like a ring of water walking. And I'm gonna be like, thank you very much. If you have any other adventuring needs, I'm here to help. And I would like to ask a very important question before I leave you. And that is, do you know of Maurice?
No, I've never heard of Maurice before.
This is the real mystery of the campaign. I want to know who Maurice is.
Maybe in the last episode, I'll let you know who Maurice is.
Maurice is the ultimate. This is the BBEG of the campaign, is Maurice. The Tool Man. The Tool Man enters. Thou shalt not leave. Okay, so is that where we're wrapping?
So you're saying goodbye to the mayor?
Yes, bye, Mayor.
So the mayor thanks you again, closes their door, and you're allowed to go off into the world again, where you see, the seagulls soaring majestically across the sun, and you can hear the waves crashing into the shore, and people just going about their lives in this little town of Gar.
The little town of Gar. I would like to...
And as you go away, I forgot to mention this.
Oh.
You remember something that you hadn't thought about before.
I'm not very smart, so it's okay that I didn't think about it before.
You remember seeing something as the orb was shattered. In one of the little glass shards, you thought you saw something. And as you think about it harder and harder, you realize that it was the image of something. The image of some sort of building. Stone, cold, dark, bubbles emanating from its wide open maw. Something in the deep. But you don't know what it is.
Maurice.
So on that note, where you're left with this image in your mind of just this building underwater, we end our story for this week.
Oh, it's underwater. That doesn't help with my ring of water walking. That keeps me on top of the water.
Can you choose with the ring whether or not you want to walk on water?
Yeah, it allows you to cast water walking on yourself, I'm pretty sure. But if I'm correct, but that is a thing for another time.
So,
it'd be funny if it was a ring of water walking. It's not optional. It's like you're not allowed to go underwater at all.
How dare you wish to go underwater? So.
Do we level?
No.
Why I want to level? I want to get to level 5 so my Eldritch Blast does 2 things.
No, you fool. You think you can do 2 things. So, this is our first storytelling experience here together on the channel where I try to DM even though I clearly don't know what I'm doing. How do you think that went?
While wearing this ring, you can stand on or move across any liquid surface as if it were solid ground. The optimal word is there as you can. So it sounds like a can trigger to me.
Yes, this was all set up to get you to play BioShock, so you're welcome.
Nice. Yeah, BioShock takes place underwater, doesn't it? I think.
Maybe one of them. I think there's 3 of them now, so I don't really know for sure.
I'm pretty sure it takes place underwater because they're all, the big daddies are wearing like scuba suits.
Big daddies in scuba suits.
Yeah. But I think this went well, especially for your first attempt. I am interested to see. We got a yes from Miguel, so yes, it does take place underwater. I'm interested to see the story of Oa going forward and what other tales you can come up with. And maybe if other people want to participate, you can expand this to telling tales involving some other people.
That's true. We can have extra guests. Right now you're my guest, but we can like double those guests or triple those guests or quadruple those guests because they say like 1 is the loneliest number and 2 can be as bad as 1. But 3 is a party, so.
That's true.
Or is it 4 is a party?
4, I don't know. 4 is confusing, but
4 is confusing.
And also less is more. So I'll try to make these streams, like not very complicated. I thought it worked fine with me doing little screenshots for the abilities, the skills. If anybody else has any suggestions on what they might want to see us do with these things going forward, just to make them more engaging. But I think it served its purpose. You guys got to see what I could do, my stats, my not very well optimized character.
But that's what makes it fun.
Yes, that is what it makes it fun. I am entirely a face character, and I'm not good at any other things. So,
but you're not absurd. You're not a jack of all trades.
That is true. I Eldritch Blast things. But
yeah, so you're like the fireball, but not fireball. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Thank you for everybody who watched. I don't know why my computer keeps shutting off.
Yeah. I have to say that a lot of the things I hear you and Lakota talk about when you DM are things that I experience. Like, I wasn't anticipating you spending all this time talking to the mayor and not talking to any of the townspeople who would have told you more about like the curse and like the lights they see like glowing in the lighthouse at night, and how something about their eerie nature like makes the ships crash at night, which is why you see all the shipwrecks in town, or like some little kid being like, oh, I hear dancing and see dancing, because unreliable narrator or whatever. Unreliable witness.
Yes, the vast majority of the stuff that you make will not be explored, nor will it matter in the long run. That is the plight of the DM. And if there's a part that you don't think will matter, it will matter. It will be the only thing that the party fixates on. There's that clip that I shared into, or somebody shared into, I don't remember if it was me, into the what was it, into our D&D chat, where it was the Brandon Lee Mulligan thing, talking about what it's like being a DM. As like, so a DM will point you in one direction, and they with their emphasis, and they will say, so you look into the room and there's a dusty bookshelf, and there's a table that has some vials on it, and in the corner there is a book on the, so, well, how can I roll for dustiness? How many books are on the bookshelf? What is in the vials? What color are they? I'm not actually in the room. What can I see from outside of the room? So that is what it is like running a D&D campaign.
It is.
Yes.
It's like, and the interesting thing is too, like, even with reminders, you didn't like catch on to things immediately. Like, when you first entered the lighthouse, I mentioned the logbook, and you read one entry and then kind of forgot the logbook was there.
Yeah.
Until I reminded you. And then when you made your way up the stairs and we're dealing with the ghost, and he said, oh, I want to break this curse. I'm here because the curse hasn't been broken yet. You didn't think to ask him for help immediately, which I thought was interesting.
Well, I thought I could do it on my own.
You thought you were a strong, independent little snake person?
I didn't know he was going to have an invisible smashy hand.
I mean, he's a ghost, man.
Is just implied that, I mean, the stat block for Ghost does not have invisible slappy hand.
It doesn't have invisible slappy hand?
No, not my knowledge. I don't even know
Spectral
hand. I don't know what the lowest Ghost stat block would be, but it's probably like a 1/4 or something. Ghost.
Miguel feels attacked, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry, Miguel.
It's not just Miguel. It's anybody.
You should feel attacked. We're attacking you right now. From across this screen, we are attacking you. Take 2 points of mental damage.
Psychic damage.
Oh. Psychic damage.
I don't know if this is a homebrew or this is just Ghost. Is apparently a CR4 creature. I feel like that has to be lower than that. But whatever.
Well, like, they can't take physical damage, I don't think.
What?
Ghosts. Like, if they're like anything else I've ever seen or experienced, they can't take physical damage. So I guess that would raise their CR a bit, wouldn't it? Because you have to attack with a magical thing.
Yeah, I mean, I have a pack weapon, so it's magical. But regardless, this was fun, and I'm excited to try more of this in the future. Mix it into our stream rotation.
And then Lakota can, like, tear me down with his words about what I don't know.
Lakota probably would have participated today, but Lakota was busy running his own campaign in the other room. He's running his Warhammer campaign in the other room on the other side of this wall.
It smells like death.
Yes. But we do thank all of you for joining us. All of you guys hanging out in the chat and, you know, continuously popping into the streams and participating in the chat. And we potentially are doing something tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's the plan as of right now is we're looking at the late afternoon, evening to do a Magic the Gathering stream where you are going to be testing out 2 of your new decks.
Or maybe we'll talk about starter decks. We don't know yet. We're indecisive.
And potentially the tournament that we're participating in right now.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too.
Yeah. So very trading card game oriented stream tomorrow, most likely. Depending on how my homework situation plays out.
There may or may not be snacks.
Yes. I mean, there's always snacks. We have so much snacks.
There's always snacks.
If you like snacks, then like the video. If you like D&D, then like the video. If you like Magic the Gathering, if you like derailing your DM's plans, like the video.
I feel attacked.
After it's up, or like it in the, I don't know if you can like a live stream currently, but comment down below, comment in the chat, comment wherever you can, comment in skywriting what you would like to see going forward, what kind of stories you'd like told, what kind of streams you would like to see. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of this content going forward. And you can participate live while it's airing. And ring that bell so you know what's up. We will catch you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
My plans.
Your plans.